Hey guys, Travis Brady here with SOCEPrep.com, where you get all your resources if you're looking to pass a statewide officer certification exam, whether you're in a basic recruit training program or you want to transfer your certification from out of state to the sunny and beautiful state of Florida. So we've got a question today, guys. I'm going to get away from the plugs and into the content. Check me out over at SOCEPrep.com. We've got a lot of free resources over there. 17 pages of guided notes that are absolutely free. Anybody can grab them and use them. I want to help you guys pass this test, but I also got some subscriptions you can purchase on a weekly basis or for an unlimited lifetime subscription where I will support you throughout your journey in passing the SOCE, right? So with that being said, let's do this question real quick. This is one of the perks of the SOCEPrep.com. At the end, you get a 200 randomized banger, just like one you're going to get when you sit down at Pearson VUE. I have several individuals that have taken my practice exams, averaged out their score, and they pretty much got the exact same score at Pearson VUE. So it's a pretty good measure to see where you're at before you sit down and take this exam, because it's expensive, and we know there's some serious consequences for failing this test. You fail it 3 times, you got to go back to the academy. Nobody wants to do that, so let's not do it, right? SOCEPrep.com, check me out. The question, guys, says we have several types of law. Below, pick the example. It's going to give you an example of civil law, right? So I'll read my question. What's the author trying to get me to do? They want me to find an example, and the answer choices that is civil law. So I'm going to use my test taking strategy, which we use over at SOCEPrep.com. I'm going to keep or scratch my answer choices, right? So I'm looking for contenders. Contender means I'm not ready to scratch it off the board yet. I'm not 100% sure it's not the correct answer. So I have contenders, right? And if I can narrow it down to 2 contenders, that's our goal, right? Because at that point, I'm flipping a coin, and I'll take that probability every day, all day, right? So let's look through. We have several types of law. Below, pick the example that is civil law. A says an accused purchased 3 grams of heroin. What type of law? What type of court would you hear this case in? Right? Individuals purchasing illicit narcotics, right? That's criminal, right? So we're going to scratch that off the board. We know for a fact that's not going to be your answer choice. It's not civil, right? B says a boyfriend punches his girl over staying out too late, right? She ought to get in. No, that's not the answer either, right? With that being said, that is criminal as well, guys. So don't be hitting your girlfriends for staying out too late. C says a landlord calls the police because his tenant has not paid rent in weeks and will not leave because they had not been served an eviction notice. I'll say I don't know, right? So I'm going to hold on to it as a contender. And then D says a shopper at a store conceals an unpurchased item and passes all points to sell with the intent to deprive the owner of the possession of that item, right? So with that being said, that sounds like a shoplifting to me, right? Concealed and passed all points to sell. Elements have been met for shoplifting. So I've scratched 3 answer choices off the board. Maybe I was not sure about C, but I did process of elimination, and I've narrowed it down to C. So now I've got my correct answer. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it, stick it. Let's talk about why it's the correct answer, guys. Civil law are matters that are pertaining to money, right? So you got negligence, you got damages, you got a tort. That's not a police officer problem, right? It's not a police officer problem. What do you do as a police officer in this situation? You refer to the courts that handle the civil matters. You refer them to Google to find them an attorney that can help them out with the eviction process if they have no clue what they're doing, right? You tell everyone, hey, we're not going to bother each other tonight. This is a civil matter. We can't get in front of the courts right now at 11 o'clock at night. We need to leave each other alone. We need to regroup in the morning and get some help from the civil courts, right? So your job as a police officer in civil matters is not to solve them, right? Your job is to keep the peace, number 1, keep the peace, and then refer to the appropriate agency, right? That's going to handle civil law. Attorneys go to school for an extremely long time, and they're very specific at what they do. You very rarely will find an attorney that will do everything under the sun as far as civil goes. They can't expect police officers with 6 months of training to be out solving civil problems. It's a problem. If you think you can do that, you're going to find yourself tied up in court, subpoenaed for something you have no expertise for. So don't do it, right? Don't do it. Don't do it. What's your two responsibilities as a police officer in a civil matter? Keep the peace and refer to the appropriate agency. Anything you see on the SOCE that's going to have to do with civil, that's going to be your answer to it. Keep the peace. Refer to the appropriate agency, right? As far as civil courts go, right? So a landlord calls the police because his tenant has not paid rent in weeks. That's a money problem. Which amendment protects you from this? All right. Which amendment in the Bill of Rights is going to cover you as far as civil goes, right? Negligence, damages, right? Somebody does something dumb and it costs me money, right? I can't call the cops on them, right? I guess I can, but they're going to do what? keep the peace, and refer to the courts. It's going to be civil. That's in the 7th Amendment in the Bill of Rights, which states if anything's over $20 and damages are incurred per negligence, that you can sue them, right? But all these things have got to do with money, guys. It's got to do with money or not police problems. It's not crime, right? It's not crime. It's not crime. It's not crime. It's a civil matter. Refer, keep the peace. Refer and keep the peace. C's your correct answer. Guys, check me out, SOCEPrep.com, where you get all your resources to pass the statewide officer certification exam. Hit me up, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your classmates if you will, please. Let's help out as many people as we can. You guys help me, and you can help your classmates as well. So, symbiotic relationship. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Out.